Hello again. For some of the people that have saw my first one, thank you so much for the feedback on that. It's my first one. It's my second one now. My shoulders are a little better today. Not concerned. Concerning when I did that last video, I just did shoulders and I could barely hold my camera up. Just did legs. Went a little bit light to try to focus on form, setup, and everything. Sometimes you have to, back the ego down and just, train. It's going to be kind of like this for the next 2 weeks until I get moved into Tennessee. So I'm going to keep these videos short. If you guys want to hear more, if you really don't mind with the country hick voices that apparently I've picked up for being here almost 12 years, okay. Thought I had a text message. What I like to talk about is what I had just finished talking with a friend of mine about. This also kind of brings up the two essays I'd done, 11th Hour and Silent War. The thing is your surroundings. You have to ask yourself, who you're always surrounded by. Are you surrounded by people who are going to put you on a pedestal all the time? Are you surrounded by people who are just merely negative all the time? Or are you surrounded by people who want to see you do great things? Me, I choose to be around people who want to do great things, who aren't complacent, who aren't satisfied where they're at, who are always striving to go to that next level. Those are the people I want to be around. Those are the people that most times I'll associate myself with. More importantly, I'll associate myself with people who have that same intensity and passion for, what they love and, sometimes for what I love as well. Because that makes a big difference. If you're always around people who put you on a pedestal, your ego is going to be pretty big. And, those kind of people are those kind of people are not going to help you simply because they're less likely to tell you your faults. Because they think you're doing, because you're blowing their mind so much that they're not taking the time to make them, for them to be real with you. Don't get me started, man. When you're around people who are negative, it affects you, mood-wise, attitude-wise, so forth. There's something to be said. The difference between giving constructive criticism and negative criticism is one's meant to tear you down. Another is meant to be honest, but to also give you the positive encouragement to push forward. I've had that for so many years where people would just, feel like that the only way they can give feedback is being negative. I don't respond that way. I don't think people should. I think you have to have some positivity to yourself because, that person is trying. They're trying their damnedest. Sometimes you have to be supportive in that. Now, of course, the situation does kind of get to where, people who are ask-holes, they ask you something and then they do the absolute opposite. You can only be so positive with those type of people. But that kind of goes into both those essays I wrote. The 11th Hour is basically where, you're going to get to that point where you're going to come to a crossroads, and that's pretty much where I reached a while back. You can continue on the same course, do the same thing, have all these different aggravations and struggles that you're dealing with, or you can change it. I think in one of Kai Green's videos he discussed about, I think it was one with Nick Trigilli, when he discussed about, that moment of desperation he had, where all of a sudden he decided to change his motivation from just being a bodybuilder to a bodybuilder with Olympian aspirations, which was a big change. And that's where everything in his life changed. That's where you really have to shit or get off the pot, because you can't be about it if you're not going to the next level. And sometimes to get to that next level, you have to make those decisions. And those decisions include you sometimes cutting people out of your life, that feel like they're, are holding you back or holding you down. Excuse me, I did shrugs last night, so my traps are a tad tight. And bear with me, this is going to be like this for a while. I know people were saying that I probably need to get a camera holder or something. It's going to be like this for a while, so bear with me. Anyways, And sometimes you have to just cut people out of your life that feel like, or not cut people out, but just, limit your interaction with them because you're focused on so many things, and you need to be around those who are sharing that focus, that intensity, and that passion for what you do, who understand it. And a lot of times people don't know when they're at that 11th hour. They can keep doing the same thing and expect to be making progress, or they can take a hard look at themselves and realize, I can be better, I can do better, but I have to step up. And that's pretty much where you literally, again, go back to saying shit or get off the pot. Silent war, however, is a different matter. We all have haters, posers, and doubters. And again, if you're surrounded by these people, your whole outlook on training is going to be absolutely negative. You're not going to make any progress because you're trying to satisfy everybody. And then there are going to be people who aren't going to like what you're going to do. I'm pretty sure there's going to be people who don't like the sound of my country ass voice. I mean, it is what it is. So sometimes you just have to come to terms with the fact that you're not going to be able to satisfy everybody. Okay, we're doing good. And then, we have people who are worried about what someone else is doing, what Joe Blow's done in a competition, who, did a 900-pound squat and squatted a mile high. Yeah, he might have squatted a mile high, but you know what? I was on powerlifting. I used to be on powerlifting watch all the time, and I got tired of all the nagging and people saying, oh, he should squat deeper, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it does not matter. Put your opinion out there, leave it. Okay? Same thing with, whenever I see, especially when people want to talk about the Olympia, people want to talk about, I'm going to be the next this, I'm going to be the next that. No, just shut up and do your work. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Don't worry about, don't make plans to be something that you can't be. You can't be the next whatever. Be the next you. Don't be, so I always talk about be your own freak. Don't worry about being something else. Be what's never been seen. Be you. Worry about your work. Let people see your progress. Let people, let people see your progress. Let people see you're growing. But at the same time, do your work. Don't concern yourself with all the bullshit that doesn't matter. I always ask people, if Joe Blow squatting 900, does it affect them becoming their own freak? The answer should be no, it shouldn't. Okay, so then back to the next question begs, does it matter? No, it doesn't. So take it as motivation. Say to yourself, I'll do it bigger, I'll do it better. That's why I always tell myself when I see stuff like that. You can't consume your time thinking about it, talking about it. Sometimes you just have to speak on it, go forward. Because a lot of people are just that, just talk. Even people have said that about me. Even though that's what they see, that's not what they know. So, the silent war comes into the fact that you have to go silent on what you're doing. Just put your hood up, your head down, and just execute. Just fucking kill it. Don't worry about what the next person is doing. Do your work. If you're one to be off the radar, best way to do it. Let them talk. They're going to pass judgment on you. They're going to pass judgment regardless. You can't change what they say or think about you. Okay. You can't say or change what they say or think about you. You can only do you. So just focus and go forward. Don't worry about what other people are saying, what other people are doing. We're always surrounded by haters, posers, and doubters. The thing is, you have to have people in your corner, and this is the last thing I'll say. You have to have people in your corner who believe in you, who know that the potential you have, and believe in that potential. Those people are important. Those people you should only hear. I made a post on Facebook a while back saying that sometimes the only voices you should hear are those who understand your passion and intensity. Those are the only voices you should hear. If those voices are laced with doubt, hate, I wouldn't hear them. I don't hear them. This is that simple. They kind of just in one ear out the other. So, like I said, those two essays are on my Facebook page, and I believe they're on my Freak Factor page, or on me and Dan's Freak Factor page as well. Look, like I said, they're both 11th Hour, which was a great one, and Silent War. Both of these, I write these notes because this is what goes on up here. If they come off as a bit psychotic, it's okay. I know there have been certain people that have said I've been losing it. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you have to be losing it to do great things. It's that simple. And, sometimes you have to just, like I said, you have to be, borderline, crazy. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. And sometimes you have to be losing it just to do great things. I mean, if you look at our Branch Warren's videos, you see the amount of intensity that man goes through in every one of his training videos. I mean, it's that simple. Wrapping it up. Not sure what my next vlog was going to be about, but think about this. Think about your surroundings. Think about what you're around. And I'm not saying just the people. I'm just saying where you live, where you train. If your environment is not where it needs to be, go to another gym. If the people you're around doubt you, want to see you fail, change them. I mean, not saying drop them, but get yourself around new people. Get yourself around people who believe and see that potential in you. Your surroundings are as important as your training because they, in fact, enforce that positivity towards your training. With a lot of those surroundings being negative, you're only going to go backwards, and it's not going to lead to great things. Sometimes you have to surround yourself with greatness to be great, and when I say that, it means you have to surround yourself with those who have that same potential as you do to be great. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this one. I know this one's a little long, but I had a lot to say about these two. Till next time, hood up, head down, execute.